We got Manu Kakopian here with listdaily.com with Rick Fox of Echo Fox and Jace Hall, the CEO. Rick, what brings you here to E3 this year? I know you got some big plans going.
Well, we're here on behalf of Echo Fox and H1Z1, here to spread the message of what is to come in esports for H1Z1 and our partnership along the lines of the search for our 4 professional players that will be representing us at the second invitational at TwitchCon later on in the year. And so we're just making the rounds, getting a chance to catch you up on it. Also shared it that those 4 players that will be selected off the leaderboards of Twin Galaxies. So Jace is not only the CEO of Echo Fox, he's also the owner of Twin Galaxies Live, and in partnership with Daybreak and H1Z1, we are going to be represented as an organization by those 4 players that we draft off that leaderboard.
Now, why is it important to get into that specific game franchise? I know you want to expand the titles. Why specifically H1Z1?
Well, beyond my own enjoyment watching H1Z1, which I believe is a tenet of an esport, it has to be viewable, enjoyable to watch. I enjoyed playing it. I was introduced to it by Jace Hall here, and in his expert opinion of the game itself and where it's going and its possibilities in esports. We spent a lot of hours talking about it, and he had relationships at H1 and Daybreak, and so we reached out. We know they were going to have an expression, but we wanted to actually see if they'd allow us to be a part of that conversation with them, and they did.
Now, we're here in Los Angeles, across the street from the Staples Center, where a lot of fans in the world know you best as 3-time champion of the Lakers. How does it feel wearing a different hat in the video game space and being a celebrity and star in a different, wearing a different hat? It's new.
It's new. I mean, I've done other things in retirement and throughout the course of my career, known as a basketball player, always be known as that. It was a great time in my life, but throughout the course of those years and that journey, there was always a video game anchor through friendship and competition, through my son.
He's a player.
Through my son and his love and our love together, sparing the time doing that. It led to many nights of conversation around esports and where the landscape was moving and shifting, and we knew if we took on an ownership capacity of and building an organization, it'd be a lot of work, but never been shy of hard work or a lot of work in general, and it's been a great joy. Glad to have Jace in this journey with us. That gives us a level of expertise and a foundation in a day-to-day capacity, well respected. I'm usually a star around the neck of the woods here. We're walking the E3 campus here now, and he gets stopped every 2 feet. So it tells you about what he's done in this industry and how much he means to the people around here.
Now, Jace, you came into the company about a month ago as the CEO. Why did you make that leap? Talk about that relationship you've had with Rick over the years and why that synergy brought you to join Echo Fox.
Well, let me be on record here. You hear a lot of celebrities or athletes talking about how they play video games, but it's a bunch of crap. They just want to capture more fan base. I can confirm he plays video games. There's no way, I don't play sports, there's no way for he and I to ever have bumped into each other unless he had been playing video games, you see. So our relationship was rooted to me in the most holy of the holies, which is video game play, competitive video game play. So as we played together, and he became more and more interested in how deep the video game space is, and the rise of esports. And obviously he spent his whole life in team sports and competitive play in general. You know, his interest in soaking up all the knowledge really led him to, man, I'm going to get an esports team, right? And so when that happened, and I watch, I'm always in the background because I'm his friend first. Business partner second, friend first, right? I want to see him succeed. I want him to be happy doing what he's doing. I was like, wow, I have an expertise that's complementary to what he's bringing to the table, and so when we started talking about, hey, maybe we can work together on this team together, I thought, all right, you know what? I'm gonna step up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take a leadership position. I care very much about the video game culture and the players that are in the environment. I'm a long-time player, so the idea of being a part of a team, and I know Rick's heart, I know what he's interested in, and it's very much all about the players, taking care of the players, helping provide those opportunities, validating the activity of playing video games as an actual thing that matters and is important and is not to be, put down. I want to be part of that. And so I want to help in any way that I can, what I can bring to the table, what I've learned over the last 1,000 years, because I'm 1,000 years old. Let's bring that to Echo Fox. And so, we just work together and get it done.
Jace mentioned a great point. Like, there's a lot of celebrities and public figures that are getting behind esports, but they don't have the video game background. You do. What do you think? Like the likes of A-Rod, Jimmy Rollins, Shaq, and even Kobe a couple of weeks ago saying he would consider getting involved in esports. How do you feel with professional athletes really jumping behind esports? How do you think that will play out in the next couple of years?
Well, esports it moves fast. It moves fast. It's warp speed, as we can see now. It is the conversation is getting more and more attention. More and more people are willing to have it. It's garnering the respect. It has a seat at the table. Owners to professional players, all are connecting to the core and the root of what is easily seen by an individual like myself, easily understood by someone that's been in it for his entire life. The fact that we can connect, it tells me there's a bridge there, and that's why you see so many sporting interest from former leagues, owners, players, and so I welcome it. I'm not the guy that holds the key to the door of esports. More people like this man who's been here his whole life doing that.
He is too modest.
No, I'm just saying, but I do. It excites me because these are my peers. So many of them are people that I know are going to naturally live here and will enjoy themselves, but also will feed off the competition, will feed off the conversation with the professional sport athletes in this field. And it's what drew me in. Really, I know as a former professional athlete, when I'm talking to another person, I can tell you if they're a professional athlete. I don't care what the field of play is. I know when I'm talking to one, and I have about 17 of them now in Echo Fox. I know when I'm talking to pro athletes. A lot of people get into the dissection of and the ranking of professional athletes, and we should do it basketball versus baseball, baseball versus football. We all want to know who's the ultimate warrior, right? Well, I can tell you that so many of the pros in our organization are the ultimate warriors, not only but from here up, and that to me separates legendary status, made Kobe Bryant a legend of the game because he had what 99% of the other guys that came through the NBA didn't have. Had it from here up on a level that you can't even put a finger on, right? So to me, you use your full body to express your professional mastery or your mastery in anything. Talent, attitude, skill, all those things make up a professional athlete. And when I talk to my guys, I challenge them to be a 360, a full, complete professional athlete, and they're getting there.
And we know the likes of Gordon Hayward are really big on esports. You kind of had that quick back and forth with him on NBA TV not too long ago.
Well, we've had more conversations. Gordon has reached out with the same desire to explore the space as an owner. So intelligent young man to really do his due diligence, similar to what we were able to do. I was able to have the opportunity not only to know Jace, but to talk to him about the space for 3 years before I made this decision. Gordon is looking at it and is having the conversations and reaching out to an individual like myself that's just gone through the startup of it. And so I'm giving him as much advice as he's willing to take.
And what are the pro athletes talking to you about? How are they trying to pick your brain? I know Shaq and Kobe, they shared a locker room with you for so many years. Well, what kind of advice are they seeking from you?
Shaq, not so much. He's just talking a lot of trash right now.
He's jealous. Shaq, you jealous? Rick has called you out?
I called him out. His energy just, they got a W against us this past weekend. So he has bragging rights right now. So I have to bow down to him right now for a little bit until we correct that. But it's been nice. Andy Miller is also a co-owner, which owns Energy with Shaq and A-Rod and Rollins. Those guys have come in to be a part of our organization. Kobe, as you mentioned, has an interest. He and I have scheduled to sit down and talk about it. I'd love to get him involved. I'd love to pull him in to Echo Fox. I'd be quite the coup because I know the value of his competitive fire, his expertise in terms of just leadership and understanding how to tackle business. He's got the time now. So he's an open door with us for sure. But there's other athletes that have reached out, and to me, it's always strategic. It's what do you bring to the table? What do you want out of it? You know, do you want to be in it on a day-to-day basis, hour-to-hour basis, like we're doing it, or do you just want to be, on the outskirts and be a part of it and just kind of watch, right? Well, you have to decide that, and that takes a conversation.
And lastly, to close it up, you're in Hollywood. You've done modeling, you've done acting, you have all these opportunities available for you. For our viewers and to everyone in esports, why did you choose video games?
Because it's at my core. It's been authentic to me since I was an 8-year-old kid.
Let me answer for him, just like my answer. I didn't choose video games. Video games chose me.
Yeah, that would sum it up.
Boom.
That would sum it up. I mean, society has allowed me to game for years, on a basketball court. I've gamed and been a gamer in the video game space for years, my entire life, paralleling my track as a professional athlete, as an actor, as a businessman. It's just been something that's given me joy, great joy. And so to own a team has given me great anxiety, but also with that a lot more joy. So I mean, that's just the reality of it. I love it. And to Jason's point, he summed it up pretty quickly. I didn't choose it. It chose me.
Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Fox, Jace Hall, Echo Fox, be sure to check him out.